This governance retreat of the Inter-Religious Council of Uganda lasted 4 days at the Imperial Botanical Beach Hotel in Entebbe under the theme harnessing the power, assets and potential of faith communities to drive social transformation amidst the current global dynamics.
During this governance retreat, religious leaders appreciated the burden of their calling and the need to harness these assets for socio-economic transformation. Through an open and constructive discussion, the religious leaders agreed on the following actions: strengthening morals and integrity in society. The level of moral decay in the country is negatively affecting the country from realizing the aspirations of the citizens as reflected in the National Vision 2040 and the Sustainable Development Goals. We've committed ourselves to continue addressing corruption and mindset change of all Ugandans towards a shared vision as a country.
His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Samuel Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda and the Inter-Religious Council of Uganda chairperson, says that they discussed, among others, the fight against homosexuality, the contribution of clerics to the parish development model, and national dialogue.
We have considered challenges that we face as a country and the East African region as a whole during this retreat. These are the growing political conflicts within our region. Also, how to increase our people's household incomes and cause socio-economic transformation. Not only that, but also the question of youth unemployment and how to harness the demographic dividend that comes with a younger population. Also, the infiltration of foreign culture, particularly homosexuality, and the LGBTQI, queer and others, plus agenda that threatens our families, and we are responding to protect our children.
The Most Reverend Dr. Kazimba Mugalu appealed to the Prime Minister Robinah Nabbanja, who was the chief guest at the closure of the retreat, to see to it that the government contribution to the Inter-Religious Council of Uganda budget is not cut. He also asked the government to support the stalled national dialogue, saying that it will help promote peace in the country through creating political consensus.
We have been told that the Minister of Finance has now reduced this support to under 500 million Uganda shillings from the 2.5 billion, which is actually a reduction of 80% from what we have been receiving annually. Our guest of honor, it is our humble request that you take up this matter. As you know, we're in the budgeting process, and a ministerial statement from the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development will be presented to the Parliament Committee next week.
Right Honourable Robinah Nabbanja commended the Inter-Religious Council for its tremendous work in promoting peace and urged them to continue supporting the government in promoting socio-economic programs such as the parish development model, and use the Inter-Religious Council of Uganda structures to promote stability, peace, fight corruption, and promote accountability.
Harnessing the demographic dividend of the young people. We are all aware that 78% of our population is below the age of 30. And to us, government has put in place a number of interventions that are geared, and we know that they are unemployed. That's why government is putting in place a number of interventions. For example, parish development model. We have put 30% of our total budget into the youth program. 30% of that money is going to the youth.
She pledged that the resolutions from this retreat will be taken on by the government and some directly addressed to the president. She stressed that government was committed to the fight against corruption.
So your sermons on Easter, they all zeroed on Mabati. Early February, I was called by ISO that there was a problem somewhere in eastern Uganda. So I instituted and used my powers. So these investigations you are seeing, I'm making my government, not anybody. So that shows you how government is willing to fight corruption. It's not any of you who came up with these ideas, it's government.
The participants of the Inter-Religious Council of Uganda Governance Retreat included members of the council, presidents from the faith institutions, members of the Inter-Religious Council of Eastern Africa from Ethiopia, Kenya, and the DRC.